What is up, guys? This is Ryder with Hartley Knife and Steel. I know it has been a while since I put out a video, and that is because I have been hard at work on this batch of knives for the USN Gathering in Vegas. So I just want to go ahead and show them all off to you at once before they go off to their separate homes and before they travel with me. So we'll just kick it off with the one I got in my hands here. Really proud of this one. This is a Pike M. And we've got the olive drab linen scales with my signature chamfering on there. So we've got just a slight, 45-degree angle on the bottom for your hand. We've got the hollow grind front features and then all the way down the back, which makes for a lot of surface area, pretty comfy. We have blackened titanium hardware. This is custom, so I make this in my shop with a hand drill and some instruments like a blowtorch. We've got the acid stonewash blade, and we'll go over the grinds real quick. So what I've done is I guess you could call this a compound. It's basically just a transition grind, so it's straight across, and then this is a hollow, this is a flat, and we have a slight swedge on there just to help blend everything. I don't know if you can see that. And then I've got another hollow grind on the back, and of course everything's been acid stonewashed. Double jimping, this is if you remember that video where I talked about jimping, this is that same batch. So been working on this a long time. And they all have sheaths. Let me see if I can grab the right one just by looking over here. This is pretty indicative of what the sheaths look like. Pretty good retention. Not quite as much snap as I have gotten in the past, but I'd say it's pretty solid. Drainage holes, good index and retention. Maybe not as much snap, but yeah. So that is the first one. This is the Pike M. It's my Pike model, which is these guys, but it is modified to have this kind of straight edge that transitions, a nice wide edge on there at the front. This one is absolutely screaming sharp. Let's see if we could show you real quick, because this one is nice and sharp. Ooh, hold on. Got the edge here. Of course, hard to cut on camera, but all of them are screaming sharp. I made sure of that. As much as I struggled with the edges on this round, they are all really sharp. Now, we'll just keep going with the pikes, as I'm sure this one has caught your attention by now. This is my brand new GTS Camo, or golden taiga stripe. That is as in taiga, the boreal forest in Alaska and Russia, and I'm sure parts of Canada. But this is a custom camo and a custom finish technique that I came up with out of my shop in Alaska. So I actually do outsource some of it, but it's all done here in the state. And it is a natural finish. This is not Cerakote. This is all using chemicals on the blade, and no spray coatings, if that's what you're thinking. A lot of people have thought that this is just like a rusty finish, and I guess like you might be able to say that there is an oxide layer in here, which is technically rust, but it's not the golden color like people are thinking. We got a nice sweeping edge on there. That's what I call this when you set the angle really flat. So this is a steeper angle than on some of these other guys, and you can see that in the tip, just how far back it comes. I hope that's staying in focus for you guys. We have a false edge on the back. It's actually a rounded spine to be kind of comfy, but it just came out super nice. Super happy with this. Obviously I stopped the polish at the end of the jimping, so I didn't want to have to go all the way back up, but you could see that the false edge continues. Logo kind of hidden under there. Edge comes back up in kind of a swooping fashion, real thin in the center. And this is actually a what I call a bayonet grind. I don't know if you can see that through the camo, but it's got a little angle on here. I do want to point out that this is part 1 of 2. I have a whole nother set of knives waiting for me in Vegas that we do need to go over as well, so hopefully I'll be able to do that once I get there. But I wanted to make a video on these guys so you guys could see them, and I actually wanted to make some special announcements. If you haven't already, I want you to go sign up for my newsletter. I'll drop the comments in, or I'll drop a link in the description down below so you guys can get in on my order books. Stuff like this will not be available through the order books. This is a limited edition camo, but stuff like my standard pikes and my standard TWRs will be. So don't miss out on that. Go ahead and get on the order books. That's why I wanted to push this video out. But back to the knives. This is not custom hardware. This is stock hardware. I forget where I got it from. And then we have some carbon fiber. I have no idea what this is called. I've been hoarding materials for shows, and I guess I just kind of forgot what it was. And I was probably buying it secondhand or you know, from like a discount retailer because it was actually pretty thin. So I'm calling this the jungle tribute knife because of the bayonet grind, because of the false edge, because of the typhoon style carbon fiber, and then of course that golden taiga stripe. So hope you like it. Moving on, we have the other tiger stripe knife, and this one is just plain black G10, custom blackened hardware. And this one actually has a what I call a platinum edge. So Jeremy Horton does his platinum tips. This is a platinum edge. So it is just the edge is really finely polished and kind of that convex bevel. You can see how it catches the light. Same thing on the other side, of course. And it is razor sharp, super fun. Of course, because of the way I ground these, that edge pops back up at the end here. That is a little bit of an oversight on my part. In the future, I'm just going to pull this all the way back, and that would have solved that problem. And I could have done it. I just didn't think about it at the time. I didn't think it would be this severe of a jump, but these guys are awesome, and they are very functional, very sharp. You can see how wicked that edge is. Kind of takes the show away. So like I said, this is again that taiga stripe pattern. As oxide layer that we've gone in and created this pattern with. So it is all natural. Really cool. Happy with that one. Gonna make a great user for somebody. Super excited to see how that finish holds up over time. These are some of the first knives with it. So again, I've got more knives in Vegas, so there's one more in that camo finish, and then we've got a couple of fancier builds actually. This is the you know, kind of the toned down crowd. So we'll kick it off with this guy here. This is my TWR model, and it's pretty basic. Nice thin solid edge there. Blackened titanium hardware with a slight hint of orange. I don't know if you could see that. I saw the OD green, and when I was testing my finishes, I got that orange out, and I said, oh, you know, this kind of reminds me of Master Chief, so that's what we did. Really solid build. Gonna make a great worker for somebody, and it is a pretty good representation of my work. There are a couple little things that I'm not super happy with that we'll fix on the next round, but for this show, I think it is as good as I have produced so far, and real solid grind, real clean, went down nice and even, got the contoured tie, or the contoured G10, and again, you know, my signature kind of chamfers. I haven't touched on it on the other ones just because they're all there, but got that jimping, gonna make a nice worker for somebody. And this is actually a delivery for somebody who ordered at the gathering. We got black burlap, micarta, blackened titanium hardware, almost more of a gunmetal is what I went for on this. Heavy acid stonewash, no jimping on this guy because it was from an earlier batch and it kind of just got pushed into this one. real clean, real solid build. I'm super happy with this one. The burlap micarta looks amazing, and again, gonna make a real nice worker for the gentleman who is purchasing this. So super excited. I hope he likes it. Super jazzed with this. This is pretty indicative of what I think I can do as far as being a knife maker. And you got to remember that this is almost triple my overall output in knives, so I'm really happy with the improvement. Here we have the Pike in black burlap. A little bit of a thinner edge on this. It's not so much as a sweeping edge, but it still has that like aggressive ramp up towards the top. Razor sharp, nice little swedge on there. Got the jimping up front so you can get up into whatever you're working on. Black burlap, and then this one has custom turned, let's see if we can focus here, titanium hardware. Again, this is all turned here in my shop in Fairbanks, Alaska. Love the way these turned out. Super clean build. Gonna make a great hunting, fishing, skinning knife for someone. Let's see if we can cut paper behind the viewfinder again. If you guys are familiar with old Tough Thumbs videos, whenever you turn the camera on, it makes it impossible to cut, but we do our best. Oh man. I know this will like rip through receipt paper. I was just testing it, so please do not judge my knife's sharpness by what you see behind the viewfinder, or do, make a comment. It's always a good time. These knives are not sharp, clearly. But yeah, love it. Super happy with how that turned out. And again, we got sheaths for all of these guys, so they are ready to go to Vegas, and they've all been worked over quite extensively, but I've got some really solid pieces here, and I think it's a good showing for my first show. I have promised you guys that I was going to open my order books. I plan to do that soon, so you want to get in on that email list. I'll put it in the description below. Go check it out. You don't want to miss out. I don't know how many more times I'm going to want to open my order books, because I actually prefer doing custom work like this, but I promised that I would. So I am going to make sure that there is a way for people to do that. You want to get in on the email list now. That's the best way to stay notified with what I am doing. That's going to be in the comments down below. If you're coming to Vegas, please, please, please say hi. I'd love to meet you. Love to talk about the channel and talk about the knives. Tell me what you think, what you hate, what you love. Get you some swag, and have a good time hanging out at the show. So thanks so much, guys. I hope that you enjoyed taking a look at these. Again, I've got 4 more knives waiting for me, so we're not done. We're going to show you more knives, and I'm going to have some book slots that are actually pretty close to being done. We're going to work on those when we get back, and we're going to keep on going. So thank you so much for sticking with me on this journey. This has been a dream of mine since I was 13 years old, so it's been over 10 years, and I am super happy, super excited to just have the opportunity, and people seem to like my stuff, and that's all I can ask for. So thank you so much. I will talk to you soon. Hopefully we can do some more videos, but obviously this has been my main priority, is making you guys knives and getting them out into the world. So thanks so much. Have a great rest of your week, and I hope to see you this weekend. Thank you so much. This has been Ryder. Have a good one. Bye-bye.